otherwise. So my topic is revolving around the correlation of gut microbiosis, gut dysbiosis and chronic diseases, and the role of diet, fasting therapy and yoga therapy in maintaining healthy gut microbiome. So as truly said by Louis Pasteur, the role of infinitely small is infinitely great. So a bit overview of human gut microbiota or human microbiota. Recent advances have shown that human microbiota has important role or is associated with gut-brain axis. So what is gut-brain axis? It is a bidirectional communication which connects the brain and the enteric nervous system mediated by neuronal, immuno and endocrine system components. So gut microbiome plays a crucial role in maintaining emotions, affect and cognition. So also gut microbiome affects HPA axis, that is hypothalamo-pituitary-adrenal axis. Chronic stress leads to HPA or hypothalamo-pituitary-adrenal dysregulation, which can lead to many diseases like inflammatory bowel disease. And in turn, it was shown that certain beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus or bifidobacterium restores HPA axis. So let us come to certain medical conditions and diseases which are associated with gut dysbiosis, that is imbalance in the gut microbiome. For example, in obesity, animal study, the individuals of obese mice, it showed that they had high firmicutes, which are potential pathogenic bacteria, and low bacteroides. This is the association with gut microbiome and obesity, and also shown that physical activity can modify gut microbiota. Potentially, it can improve the metabolic health and reduce obesity. Coming on to inflammatory bowel disease, due to unhealthy lifestyle, unhealthy diet, it can lead to colonization of pathogenic bacteria, which can trigger hyperimmune response. This can damage the intestinal microbial barrier, leading to many characteristic symptoms of IBD like chronic abdominal cramps, flatulence and others. One of the research showed that there was decrease in bifidobacterium, that is beneficial bacteria, and increase in pathogenic bacteria like bacteroides. So this was the correlation. And coming on to psychiatric disease, there was a study which showed that probably the alteration of brain-derived neurotropic factor can be a cause for Alzheimer's disease due to gut dysbiosis. So BDNF is a protein which affects neurotransmission, neuroplasticity, which is associated with memory and cognition. Another study with autism spectrum disease children, the stool samples, children with autism spectrum disease had very less diverse gut microbiota as compared to the controls. One plausible mechanism would be that potential pathogenic bacteria can produce metabolites like propionic acid, which can disrupt the neurotransmission that can lead to characteristic symptoms of autism spectrum disease like less social interactions, repetitive movements. And coming to cardiac diseases, certain diets like red meat, which is very high in carnitine, these nutrients the gut microbiota can convert them into trimethylamine N-oxide, which can disrupt endothelial function. So endothelial dysfunction can happen, which makes the vessels to be prone to plaque formation. Coming on to naturopathic modalities like diet therapy, for example, flavonoids. For example, one study in the brown rice which showed that brown rice can be a prebiotic, and also it is low in FODMAPs. So it reduces inflammation. As it is a prebiotic, it facilitates the growth of beneficial bacteria. And dietary fibers, it can promote integrity of intestinal epithelium. Fermented foods which are rich in probiotics, the mechanism are that it shows antibacterial activity, so it reduces pathogenic bacteria and increases bacteriocin activity, so it reduces H. pylori attachment to the mucosa, reducing gastritis. So since probiotic and prebiotics are associated with gut dysbiosis, this can be a very good measure for reducing aging or increasing longevity. So one plant-based component, that is polyphenols. Okay. So sir, one limitations of these studies are animal-based, and there's requirement for more human clinical trials, and many studies were less sample size, and genetics is a confounding factor as genetic influences gut microbiota, and more long-term studies. Conclusion, clinical trials and disease-wise protocols have to be done. Thank you.